It's were the prophets. Now you may not realize that or understand that or not, but we're the prophets that are able, that we're the prophets, and this is why we're able to break these things down. Go on.
So you guys are prophets.
That's what we are. Now the
Okay,
word.
I'm not disagreeing. I'm just.
Okay, I'm gonna explain. now. The word prophet means to say before. Somebody that predicts an event before it even happens. So that's what we're doing. That's what we're doing for years. You know? Now give me the mark of
I understand that there's someone who can really communicate with God. That's
yeah, but
like
we do communicate with
a vessel almost.
Absolutely. Oh yeah. That's what we're out here doing.
So what's the deal with like the 12 tribes of Israel? Like is this like how people? No, because I'm here like I don't have all day like.
Yeah, but
it depends. It's up to you. Like I'm here at your privilege. Like if I could, I'm not here like asking you all the questions. Not like I'm not interviewing you.
No, that's all right.
Like I'm
that's
here
right.
like and you're like helping me understand. So like I'm here like asking questions. Where does all this like stuff come from? Like the 12 tribes of Israel. Like I know about that, but like
I'm gonna ask you a question. You're not gonna get this in a short period of time.
Try me.
It's too vast.
But I mean, I'm not gonna get it this way either. I'm just curious because it's about interaction and
Yeah, read what you got there. You can say what you gotta say. Read what you got.
It's 1 Corinthians 2 and 10, and it says, "But the Most High has revealed them unto us by His Spirit."
Right, exactly. Good precept.
For the Spirit searches all things, yea, the deep things of the Most High.
Exactly. So those things were revealed unto us, and that's why we can break down the mark of the beast. Now we're going to break it down right now, because all of the dark things and the things that are hidden are not understood by many people. But we're going to show you that we can understand what we're talking about. So you read this. You read that.
Isaiah 46 verse 10, declaring the end from the beginning.
Right, so we're declaring the end from the beginning. Like I can tell you
I should have seen it coming. Like, duh, like that was it. Like,
right.
Is that what you're saying, right?
No. What this is saying is the Most High is giving us the ability to declare the end from the beginning. Now, for example, I can tell you
but
straight,
you can never
listen.
Yeah, sure.
I can tell you, look, America's going to be a nuclear destroyer. Nuclearized, if that's even a word. We can say that to you, and eventually it's going to come to pass. Now, it may not come to pass as soon as I said it, but it's going to come to pass.
Yeah.
So it said, and from ancient times, the things that are not yet done.
Right, and from ancient times, and the things that have not yet done, because you had ancient prophets that prophesied of things that come in these times. Okay? Now, read what you got now.
But you guys going to break down the mark of the beast?
We're going to go right there right now. We're going to go there right now. Go on, brother.
This is Revelation 13 and 16, and it says, "And it goes of all, both small and great, rich and poor."
They're small and great. Those that have made a mark in society and those that have made no mark in society.
Sure.
Yeah. Free and bond to receive a mark in their right hand and in their foreheads.
Now, when you look up that word mark in the Greek, the word there is karagma, which means insert or incision. So, what particular thing you're going to insert inside of it? A device. It's going to be some sort of a device, right? Go on.
And that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark.
So it's going to get down to the point. It's going to get down to the point if you don't have that device under your skin, you won't be able to correspond with everyday society.
And all the people are going to be like, oh, it's convenient. Like, what if you can have a chip in your hand, like so like a cell phone in your hand? Of course, like, are you crazy? Are you crazy? You don't want to do that? But they're going to mandate it. It's going to be a part of everyday work. So you have. But if you think about it, like because everyone's like atheists nowadays. They'd be like, oh, of course, like, why would you not have that? Like, because it's convenient, it's like it's like a phone in your hand, like, why would you do it?
And you can connect with the internet, too.
Thing. Yeah, but, like, that's a fucked up thing. You are connected to the internet because you're connected to the government.
Exactly. I like how you said that. Everyone's just an atheist.
No, but yeah, I know, it's true. It's like, you don't feel bad about having some fucking chip in your hand, like, but think about it, it makes your life so convenient. Like, it's
too easy, pretty much. But that's what people are into. Go on, bro. People are into that.
People don't care. Well, people don't know. People are victims.
Yeah, people are just falling in line with prophecy, man. You're going, bro. Yeah, keep going.
And it says, verse 17, "And that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name."
Yeah, so it's going to get to that point where the government is going to set up society where it's going to be mandatable for you to have it. If you don't have
what you mean,
this,
like now?
No, I'm not talking.
What you mean, like
nowadays.
now? What's the social security number? Like, What's an
everything's gonna
iPhone?
be on that chip.
What's a credit score?
Everything's going to be on that chip. But what I'm saying is it's going to get to the point where if you don't have that chip on you, you won't be able to buy nor sell or do anything. You're just going to be.
I don't have my credit card now. Like I'm like done. Like I lost my wallet and then like.
You're not going to need your wallet. You're not going to need your wallet because you're going to have everything in your chip.
Yeah, that's true. In my right hand, yeah.
Or on your phone.
Or not. Unless I follow that movie that Mr. T was in about
keep going. Keep going.
He says,
okay, guys, I'm gonna
here is let him that have understanding count the number of the beast or the number of count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man, and his number is 636.
Yeah, then that's talking about that barcode. Now, when you're buying every item, you have a barcode. Now you look at those three lines, those naked lines without no numbers. Those numbers are hidden, and those numbers are 666. In order for you to buy something, those secret numbers have to be there, so to speak. Like for example, the brother Kazak was even going into how the letter W is the sixth letter. So when you type in www dot, what do you type in 666? I didn't even know that, man. I was like, oh shit, really? So.
Yeah, that's true.
That ship.
Why W?
Right.
Why can't it not be A?
Yep. So that ship, that's going to connect you to the internet. That's why they have the term Internet of Things. You're going to be connected with the World Wide Web. 666, baby boy. See that? So it's all coming around, man.
He's messed up. I can see he's messed up, you know.
What's that?
That guy's messed up.
Messed up. That's why I was kind of smirking and laughing. I was like,
right, because he was trying to make light and be sarcastic.
Yeah, he was. Yeah.
Hope this is not true, but he knew it was the truth.
You gotta let me under this guy.
Can't.
You know what I mean? But yeah, man. But bro, I'm dealing, so you have to just let me do it, man. So let's continue on, man.
So what do you think, boys? Do you think it's a world war coming? Yeah.
What's that?
The world war you think is coming? The third one?
With the Third World War?
The third one? I can fucking feel it as well.
Absolutely, brother. Where you from? Where you from, by the way? Oh, you from Ireland? Yeah, he's one of us, man. He's a brother, man. What's going on, bro? That's the Jake right there. Yeah, keep going, bro.
And he's from Israel, or what's the story?
Huh?
What's the thing about Israel?
Oh, Israel, you mean modern day Israel?
No, Israel. What's that all about?
Yeah, this is really referring to us, man. Give me Jeremiah 17:4. Jeremiah 17:4. Because what's happening is we've already lost our heritage already. There was a particular point in time when we lost our heritage, and now we're living in a day and age where we're gaining that information back. That's why we're on the street. So yeah, read that.
That Jeremiah 17:4, and it says, "And thou, even thyself, shalt discontinue from thine heritage that I gave thee, and I will cause thee to save thine enemies in the land which thou knowest not."
Exactly.
For ye have kindled a fire in mine anger, which shall burn forever.
Now hold that. Give me Ezekiel 37 now. This is going to break this whole thing down. Because the reason why we have this sign up here, because like I said, as we just read, we pretty much lost everything. So now the sign is there to declare to the ones of our people, like if you're so-called West Indian, you'll be of the tribe of Benjamin, or if you're so-called American Negro or scattered abroad, you'll be of the tribe of Judah, etc. So you know when you fall in line. Now you may not see yourself on the sign, but you even got some Irish that are either from the tribe of Benjamin or Judah. You see that?
Yeah.
Yeah, keep going, because I can tell by your spirit,
we were oppressed for years. We were oppressed. We've been fucking abused for years.
See that? Because I know about the Irish Navy, man. I know about all of that, man.
Yeah.
I know about all of that. Yeah. Yeah. Some guy told me something about that.
If they go ahead with Brexit, there'll be war in Ireland overnight.
What's that?
If Brexit goes ahead, and they've had borders with Northern Ireland, like that, within 5 minutes, it'll be kaboom, kaboom, kaboom.
Yeah, they're gonna leave it. They're gonna leave, yeah.
In Ireland, there'd be war. He said there'd be war in Ireland overnight.
If they put the border around Northern Ireland, the soldiers and all, there'll be war overnight, like that.
Yeah, it'll be back to square one again.
Right back to the start.
Why you say that?
What?
Why?
Well, why do you want to put a border in a country? Do you know what I mean? Why do you want He's a Protestant, don't mind him, yeah.
Yeah, because and that's just the thing with Jake. Jake got that
war
war spirit.
Northern Ireland again, yeah? Then you've got British soldiers back on the Irish soil again. Then you've got all this here. Who the fuck wants British soldiers on Irish soil?
Right, exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Who wants British soldiers on anybody's soil? Do you know what I mean?
Exactly, man. So yeah, let's keep reading, bro. Let's keep reading, man. You know what I mean? So yeah.
What you
That's how it goes. Yeah,
How about up here?
get me a Zeke.
Enjoy.
I'll take care, man. Yep, you go get the Ezekiel 37. You can start with verse 1. Because there's a reason why we have the sign here, man. The reason why we have the sign here is to pretty much gravitate our people back to what they are, back to what they used to be. Yeah, keep on.
And those Irish, they've always had a hatred for the rest of Britain.
Yeah.
Because of the oppression. It just on a bigger, they do not understand the whole Jacob and Esau thing. Because at first they were being oppressed by, it was Jacob oppressing each other. Yeah. And then Esau came and took over, came and sat in the seat of Jake here in England. Yep. And then they started oppressing and controlling them, sending them into slavery. Yep. You know?
Yeah, that's a very good point. It's a good point.
Right now it's hard to control the Irish. They've got, we got the government and they've got, what's that group? The ones that used to put bombs all over London.
IRA.
The IRA,
Yeah, I remember them.
Today they still exist. They still control things. When you can't go. You can't go in Ireland. When you go to, if anything happens in Ireland, they will tell you. If the media asks you, don't speak about it. Huh. I know one guy that I picked up on the job one time. He was saying me that he's a railway worker.
Yeah.
And he told me they got guns buried. That's why he said they'll be war overnight. Because the people, they have guns buried in the railway lines and everything. Mm-hmm. So when the guys, they went to work to dig up things, a guy came to him and said, don't dig there. He said, we told everybody that's working here to pack up and leave. Yep. And then they wouldn't listen because they didn't expect somebody, they didn't expect it. And what the guy done, he came back again, this time with a gun. And said, I told you my fathers to leave.
Yeah. All right, the Irish
all
people.
over the royal land, because basically they've always had in their mind to prepare when anything happens. Yeah. In Northern Ireland, they're always ready for all out war. Yeah. You know, the people are ready. They what's that name you just gave me?
IRA
are ready. It's like they have their own minds.
Yeah, they used to go down Oxford Street and set up bombs around the 80s, late 80s and early 90s. They was going around setting up bombs and people was worried if they should go down the West End and stuff, like the younger generation.
Yes. Basically what the guy said is
I don't cut you, brother, because like the brother was saying, Jacob was running things here first. Yeah. So when the Edomites came in, because see, you gotta know the history of England. Right. Okay. You see, right now you got people that look like Edomites, but they're not. And I've been saying this. I said this last week. You have a lot of people in England, right? And brothers already know. You have a lot, but I'm just saying. You have a lot of people in England that look like Edomites, but they're Israelites. Because you have a lot of like Scottish here, Irish here, that built here first, but then you had Edomites that came over and took over Britain. That's the history you're going, bro. Don't mind that. The bar. You finished what you were saying.
Yeah, like, see, for a long time now, in Northern Ireland, they've been telling them to prepare for all-out war, or all kinds of chaos going down, man. So for a long time, the guns that have been buried, they've been stockpiling. They've been stockpiling for in case of race wars, in case of the whole border thing, the border situation that's been happening. That's why he said it, man. He said if as soon as the Brexit is cleared, they'll be all within 5 minutes. They'll all go grab their guns.
But you know that reminds me of too, right? Because when we dealing with America, right? Now you got Jakes in America, the so-called Negroes. Now, if they do certain things in America, guess what? Jake is going to be fighting up against Edomites. And the same is going to be done right down here. You're going to have the Irish fighting up against the English. So you're going to have that fight with Jacob and Esau. Because the main two races that are odds against each other is really between the Irish and the English in England. Okay? Now, if you go to America, you have the so-called blacks against the so-called whites. Yeah, Jake. So there's this what is it, man? There's this rivalry going on. Spiritual rivalry going on between Jacob and Esau.
Yeah, that's why when the Irish are here, it's either they hang out within themselves, or they'd rather hang out with like us, black people, than Esau here, man.
Yeah, when they used to go in jail, the IRA and the Irish, they used to teach Jacob, who was always in and out of jail, the Israelites and the Benjamites and the Judites, how to make bombs. So they was very close. The Irish and the Judites and the Benjamites were very close.
Right. And like the man said, when he came up, he said, man, we've suffered slavery, we've suffered oppression down here, man. You know what I mean? And we know that history too. But the reason why our people have suffered oppression It's because they're the Israelites going back to the curses. It's we disobey God's laws, and that's why our people suffered the way we suffered. Okay? But that's all going to be turned around. That's all going to be turned around. Yes, so the bar, give me, what did you have before? Give me, oh man. Yeah, read Revelations 13 again.
What about the best?
Huh?
The best?
Yeah, we're done with that. Yeah, give me Isaiah 14. Matter of fact, I think, yeah, you read Isaiah 14 and 2. You read Revelations 13. Okay, yeah, all right. Yeah, you was reading actually. Yeah, get Isaiah 14 and 2 and Revelations 13. And then we're gonna move on in the spirit. Yeah, so oh yeah, you was reading 2nd Ezra 16. Yeah, cause so you know what we've been talking about for years in terms of the downfall of the system specifically, it's all ready to happen. You know, you can see it. It's clear. You know what I mean? So like the man said, if they would have said a border, that there would be war overnight. So we already know where everything's going from there. Prophecy really paints the picture. Okay? So we know evidently, all right, I don't want to use that word, but there's another word I want to use. It's inevitable that there's going to be some kind of clashing between the people. All right, it's evident. Yes, so read that.
Isaiah 14.
Yeah, Isaiah 14. But you know what though, since I'm talking about the topic, I want you to read that scripture. It speaks about the wars between the people. Because that was really the main things we were talking about. We were talking about the plagues that was going to hit this earth, this planet. That's really the main thing we was going into. So I want to revert back to that topic.
In 2nd Ezra 13 and 31, and one shall undertake to fight against another,
Right.
one city against another,
Right, one city against another, go on.
one place against another,
Yeah.
one people against another,
Right.
and one realm against another.
And that's what's going to happen in these days and times. So when society really goes to a complete disorder, these are the things that are going to happen. Because, you know, like you said earlier before, people are already at a stage where they ain't really trying to hear what the government's got to say. They're not really agreeing with what the government's got to say. And what people are finding out is that the government is working up against them.
Yeah.
So if that's the case, and if that continues to grow and intensify, people are just going to do what they want to do. Okay? And we're reading about it. Go on.
Back to 2nd.
Like for example, today they were saying let the people decide the whole Brexit thing. That's why the Boko stamps on their either on their clothes, on their bags,
Yeah.
saying let the people choose what should happen with the whole Brexit thing again.
Right. Exactly. You keep on.
And then God made me.
Yeah, keep on. Yeah, she's sick, man. She's sick. I wouldn't get mad at her, man.
2nd Ezra 50 and verse 16. But there shall be sedition among men and invading one another.
Right, there shall be seditions among men, and there shall be, what is it?
Invading one another.
Invading one another. Exactly. So you're going to have an invasion between various groups of people. Okay, like for example, you're going to have the KKK rise up against the Black Panther, and this group rise up against this group. The IRA rise up against the British. So whatever rivalry that's going on in a certain land, that's going to take place. These things are going to happen. Go on, bro. And that's all going to consist of the day of the Lord.
They shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power.
And then you're going to have people fighting up against the government power. And that's why you have these different militia groups where they're training, you know, shooting guns and stuff like that, especially in the States.
Yeah.
So they're preparing to rise up against the powers that be. And you can even watch, there's so many films you can watch on that. Like you, brother, you sent me you know, certain things concerning that situation. You know what I mean? So, hey, that's going to happen, man. That's definitely going to happen. Yeah, keep going, bro.
A man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able.
Yeah.
Because of their pride, the city shall be troubled.
Right.
The houses shall be destroyed.
Yeah.
And men shall be afraid.
And men shall be afraid because it's going to get to that point where they're going to have to close the cities up. They're gonna have to set different different squadrons in the midst. And like when you go to the States as well, you have like certain highways where the highways are very wide, and the reason why the highways are so wide is so that they can pretty much use the tanks to block the highways.
Tank friendly, yeah.
Yeah. So that's the main intention of Esau. Esau wants to bring forth chaos and then bring forth a new world order system. But the new world order it's not gonna function correctly, because what you're gonna have this ongoing fighting and warring, and it's just gonna go crazy. So you can see it's not really gonna plan out right, man.
And I heard one of the Akim say that the border that Trump keeps on talking about, building the wall, is to stop Jake from getting out, rather than stop the refugee, the Mexicans getting in. It's more to keep people in than stop people from getting more to stop people from getting out than to keep people from getting in. That's the and you mentioned the tanks. So it's to control. It's more of a control thing, to control martial law when it breaks out.
Yep. Yeah, it's more. That's why they call it. What is it? I get this word wrong at times, right? It's called totalitarianism, something like that, right? Totalitarianism. The brother corrected me on that.
Right.
So that's total control. They want total control of the government. And this is why Adam Russo, he brought it out, talking about how the end goal or the end plan is to trip people, because they want people under their control. Like,
if you're not ready, I ain't gonna do it yet. When you're ready, you're ready.
You see that? That's really what they want to do. But that's gonna fail miserably. Matter of fact, brother, get Job the 5th chapter. Somebody get me Job 5.
Job 5 verse what?
Verse 20, I believe it's 26. You take up the own wise and their craftiness. Take up the wise and their own craftiness.
Yeah, Job chapter 5 verse 13. Take up the wise in their own craftiness, and the counsel of the froward is carried headlong.
It's carried headlong. The counsel of the froward is carried headlong. So the Most High is going to put a monkey wrench in their plans and their agenda, and everything's going to just mess up.
Verse 12.
Keep going.
He disappointeth the devices of the crafty, so that their hands cannot perform their enterprise.
Yeah, read it one more time.
He disappointed the devices of the crafty.
In other words, the ideas and plans and thoughts. So he's going to disappoint them, because see, the Most High is going to work with Esau so that he can fulfill certain things, prophecies. Once he's done that, then the script is going to be fully flipped. The Most High is going to flip the script on Esau. Keep going.
So that their hands cannot perform their enterprise.
So that their power cannot perform their enterprise. That's what is their main enterprise, to really regain the birthright. Maintain humanity in the 500 million. In other words, get rid of Jake as a whole, because there's more Jakes on the planet than there's other nations. So get rid of Jake, and then we go and take the birthright. That's really their ultimate agenda. Okay, yeah, read that again. So I
He disappointed the devices of the crafty, so that their hands cannot perform their enterprise.
Right, and that way they can also rule. They can rule like how we're gonna rule forever and ever.
Right.
But that's gonna be short. That's not gonna happen. So their plans are only gonna go so far, and then the Most High's gonna flip the script. That's what's gonna happen, man. And then after that, brother, get me Baba Bashar, Job 14.
Job chapter 14.
You know what I want. Take your time.
That's never gonna happen. That's never gonna happen.
Job 14.
Yeah, that's not gonna happen.
Taking the birthright.
Verse 5. Seeing his days are determined, the number of his months are with thee.
Right, it says that his days are determined. Now, when you look up that word determined, the word there is cut. So the Most High is cut, or taking some time off from his taking some time off of his rulership. Now, when you read I believe it's in the book of Jeremiah, it speaks about Babylon ruling for 70 years, but they ruled for 63 years. So what the Lord did is the Lord took 7 years off. So Esau, now we don't know the actual particular time that Esau has. Because it says in the scriptures that no man know of the day or the hour when the Son of Man cometh. So we don't really have the absolute time. But we just know that Esau, he has a particular limited amount of time for him to rule. And once he reaches to that limit or that apex of that time, it's out. It's out for him. Because this is a paganistic empire. Like all previous empires, they had a time of they had a time to start and they had their end. So this society is likewise. This society had its beginning, and now we're going to witness and experience its end. That's the time we're living in right now. Yeah, keep going, bro.
That has appointed his bounds that he cannot pass.
It is a bound. It's like a wall, okay, that he cannot jump over. Like Donald Trump, he's building that wall, right? Guess what? The Most High is building a wall concerning his timeline. So there's no more going. So the whole idea of thinking that we can rule forever, as they think in their minds and their hearts. That's just that pride kicking in. That's not reality. That's not who they really are. That's just that pride that's within them, that's possessing them. Somebody can give me that in Psalms 149 or something like that. Not 149. Psalms 49. Did the bar get Psalms 49? Read what you got, bro.
Turn from him that he may rest till he shall accomplish as an hireling his day.
Yeah, that's it on that. That's it on that.
Psalms 49 and 11, and it says, their inward thought is that their houses shall continue forever.
Right, it says that their inward thought, meaning within they believe and feel that they can ride forever, they can ride this society forever, but there's only so much that the society can rule for. There's only so much that these men in the flesh can rule for, because they don't even know what they're doing anymore. A lot of them are not really on the program, man. Like this Brexit situation. Because if they were really smart, they wouldn't even gave the people the idea of a Brexit. Because when you're saying you Brexit, and what are you saying? You're disassociating yourself from your brotherhood. That's what made Esau great in the first place. Is when they were connected and they stood firm between their brothers. All right, go on, bro. You got something. You let the ball finish this one, and you can come with yours.
It says, and their dwelling places to all generations.
Yep.
They call their lands after their own names.
Right, they call their lands after their own names. Like Africa was named after a so-called white man. America was named after an Italian navigator, Americo, which means bitter. Right, and then you also have who else, man? And even when you go down to Israel, there's certain like roads that are named after the Rothschilds. So we definitely know that precept that the brother was just reading, that's talking about Esau right there. That can't be talking about any other nation but Esau. So yeah, read what you got, brother. Read your precept.
Jeremiah 25 verse 11. And this whole land shall be a desolation and an astonishment, and these nations shall serve the king of Babylon 70 years.
Right, exactly.
And it shall come to pass when 70 years are accomplished, that I will punish the king of Babylon and that nation, saith the Lord, for their iniquity, and the land of the Chaldeans, and will make it perpetual desolations.
Yeah, so this is going into the history aspect of Babylon. This ain't talking about America now. This is talking about the actual ancient Babylon. Because the Lord set them up to rule for 70 years, but he cut that off. When you go into the history, how long did they rule? They ruled for 63 years. You see that? So the Most High, he has the power to set up a nation and have them rule, but then he can cut the time off, make it short.
Yeah.
He can extend it.
Yeah.
You see, so the Most High, he has charge of all that goes down in the realms of this physical reality. Okay, matter of fact, brother, get me go on. Yeah, the bar, not the bar. The one, get me Sirach chapter 10. The Wisdom of Solomon chapter 10. Yeah, keep on. Where he set up he set up nations. The power of the earth is in the hand of the Lord.
So, I was gonna say, like the whole book, Daniel the 2nd chapter, before the kingdom of Yahushua, the kingdom of Israel got set up. Daniel the 2nd chapter was the timeline for who was going to rule, and then the kingdom was going to usher in. And none of those kingdoms before the kingdom of Israel got ushered in, none of those kingdoms were going to rule forever, man. You know, the kingdom that was going to rule forever has not been set. It's been set up now.
That's why
it comes rising up. You know?
So I call them beasts. You're a beast. You're a beast. It's a man that is without honor and understandeth not. It's like the beasts that perish. Yeah, because all the kingdoms didn't rule with no wisdom or understanding. They didn't rule with the wisdom of the Lord. The reason why the kingdom to come is going to be forever, it's going to be ruled with the wisdom and knowledge of the Most High. That's why it's going to be everlasting.
Yeah. Because the people themselves, they're going to be perfect in keeping the laws, statutes, and commandments. And that's what you need, number one, for a kingdom to go on forever.
Right. That's why I said, man is mortal. We're mortal or mortify, he's dead. You know, when we say mortal, and then you got immortal, meaning cannot die. The reason why the kingdom came to an end because it was ruled by mortals, dead people that live according to the flesh. You know, they're bringing sin, and then the sting of sin is what? Death. So it was doomed to failure anyway.
Exactly.
Yeah? Exactly. So this Sirach 10 verse 4. The power of the earth is in the hand of the Lord.
Right, so it says that the power of the earth is in the hand of the Lord. So if the power of the earth is in the hand of the Lord, he can definitely set up a nation and have them rule at a particular point in time and then set those that are profitable and later go on.
That's it. And in due time, he will set over one that is profitable.
Right, and in due time, it says that in due time, he will set those that are profitable, or one that is profitable, excuse me. So we evidently know, without a shred of doubt, that the profitable people are the children of Israel because they were given the laws, statutes, commandments to rule.
Right.
And we're going to be really profitable because the laws are going to be within our inward parts. All right? And also, like the brother said, we're the kingdom that's being established. And that kingdom is going to be an everlasting kingdom. So that everlasting kingdom is now begun. Go on, if you got something to say.
No, I was gonna...
Matter of fact, brother, since you mentioned Daniel chapter 2, pull that out. Go on,
And in
bro.
due time, he will set over it one that is profitable.
Yep.
In the hand of the Most High is the prosperity of man.
And it also says in the hand of the Most High is the prosperity of man. All right, so it is very well a prosperous thing to be in power over all people, knowing that all people will give you exactly what you tell them to give you, or they work for you, or they labor for you. So if you run an entire corporation and you're prospering because of this corporation due to the fact that you have all of these different people that are under you serving you, that's making you great, right? But the Most High has his hand in all of that too. So if the Most High has his hand in all of that, those same people that's within these corporations that are working for this particular corporation can rise up against that corporation and bring it to the dust. You see that? And that's when you're going to have those plagues pursuant to 2nd Ezra, the 15th chapter. And that's all due because of the unjustification on ruling the people. Yes, so read that.
This is Daniel 2, and
I think it's verse 40, you know what it's done.
I start from 41, and it says, Daniel 2 and 41, and whereas thou sawest the feet and the toes, part of potter's clay and part of iron,
Right.
the kingdom shall be divided.